Hi, welcome to the November 12th edition of the Stabilization Brigade meeting. This meeting is recorded and will be posted to YouTube. So please remember that in anything you say or share. We keep notes in the chat. So if you will register your attendance by doing an @ here in the group chat window, we'll capture your attendance and put that in the minutes as well. Additionally, we do use the chat window for a minute. So if you want to add something to the minutes, please just do a @ sign followed by item and then what you want to add to the minutes, and it will be included in the minutes. Have about 4 items to go over today. In the agenda, is there anything else anybody would like to add before we do that? Okay. First, 3 items hopefully go pretty quickly. The first is just a review of the unit test coverage for the different repositories. As you can see, the coverage hasn't changed that much, and in some cases it has gone down. So what that says is, as new code, at least it says to me, as new code is being added, unit tests are not, and that would bring down the percentage of coverage. So I will reemphasize again that we need unit tests added as we add bug fixes, as we add new implementation into the code base. So please keep that in mind. Anybody have any suggestions how we can kind of work on that behavior as a group, that unit tests are submitted with code coverage or new code commits, other than, please, as you review it, check that people have submitted a unit test.
Yeah, one thing, David, I submitted 2 mocks in the Volta lib library yesterday.
Yep.
One is about the Kafka client. It's a mock of that. Pretty much it's emulate the client that talks to Kafka today. And another one is, it's not really a mock, but it's an embedded etcd. It's allow us to run etcd within our test. So it doesn't need a container, nothing. With those 2, we should be able, like the read-write code didn't have a lot of unit tests, but with those in place, now we can have even more unit tests being done. And those unit tests will be a little bit more meaningful, because it won't just test small thing, but it can test an entire scenario as well.
Is there a write-up of that anywhere?
It will be part of the unit test. So I have some unit tests that I'm finalizing in the core. So I'm going to submit those either today or tomorrow. So that will be good enough to show how to use them.
Okay. Thank you very much. Any other comments on unit test coverage? All right, JIRA update. As you can see, the stats there still have 109 issues kind of outstanding. That's up slightly, very slightly from last week. And what you see the other below that is our closure rate versus our incoming rate. So we're still getting new issues in, which I guess is good. That means people are finding bugs. And we are closing them. If we could close them faster, more, I guess in a week that'd be good, but I know people are working really hard. But that kind of leads into the next issue. I think we still have a number of issues that have been patched, but have not been merged. So what I think I'm seeing is, well, I think one thing that could bring down those numbers would be people reviewing patch sets and getting them merged. So this is this morning's report on those patch sets. As you can see, there's one right there that has 2 reviews, but it's not merged. Then there's a whole bunch that just have not been reviewed. So we need, as patch sets are submitted, we need these reviewed, guys. So we really, I would appreciate it if you take an hour today and just review some just go over some code and review it. If there's something that needs changed in the code before you believe it needs to be patched, please add a -1 and a comment. -1 is not meant to be an insult. Don't take it personally if you get one. It just means the author of the review is trying to ensure the issues are addressed before a merge happens. There's some more down here with some already reviewed but not merged. If they're no longer valid patches, abandon them. If you don't want to abandon them for whatever reason, remember you can submit things as drafts too. You don't have to submit them as full patch sets. But we really do need to take care of this. This list just is not shrinking, which is not a good thing. Any comments, thoughts on that? Yeah, if we don't see this start going down, I don't know what we're gonna do, but we gotta work on it. I know I sound like a broken record. Apologize for that, but it does need to get done. Finally on the agenda are there's several items, and I'll go to the next page in a minute. Attention items. There's several items on the Brigade dashboard that need triage or to be verified before things can go on. Went over them a little bit. Most of them have assignees. I'm going to go top to bottom on them in a minute and see if the people are on the call. If they're on the call, hopefully get a status. If they're not in the call, then we obviously won't. We also have 2 items on this list that needs someone to step up and do a triage or verify that the bug exists. So what I'm looking for these 2 unassigned items is the person that'll do the triage or the verify, and they're not necessarily going to fix the bug, but kind of get it to the next stage. If they want to go on a complete fix the bug, that's great too, but we at least need a name assigned to those and need to make sure people are working these issues. All right. Gresh, is he on the call?
He's not, but I can speak for some of that.
Okay.
That one, I think it boils down to a Broadcom bug. That one may be a BAL 3.2 fix. This affects BAL 3.1 based agents.
Okay.
So there's a Broadcom CSP for it, and waiting for response on that.
Okay. Maybe a bug waiting for response. All right, thank you. What about 1977? Andy, are you online?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
How's 1977 going? Running robot end-to-end sanity test twice. I saw you reopen that one.
Yeah. So currently it works usually twice, but then maybe fails on the 3rd time. So I think Matteo is also looking into this right now, trying to figure out where in the system the problem is.
Okay. Thank you.
For what it's worth, I wonder if this one's related to 2201 as well. That's a couple down, but it's related to some of the deletes that I think the end-to-end test also does.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. The end-to-end test ends with disabling and deleting the OLT, and so if there's a problem there, then that very well may be related.
All right. Cool. Thanks. Anything else on that one?
No, that's it.
All right. Thank you. 2223. Abalash.
I can answer for this one too. This one was introduced on a commit Friday for OLT adapter reconciliation for adapter restarts. The problem comes down to there is a flow that's not pushed when you're using custom bandwidth profiles. He's identified the problem as when the ePole flow needs to be replaced, it's not actually removing the meter to add the new meter, so the code treats it like a dynamic meter update. Says he has identified the problem and there should be a fix today or tomorrow. I've mentioned to him that if we don't get the fix today, we'll have to revert the change that caused this, because it's causing hardware regression test failures every night.
When you say fix today, what does that mean? Is there UTC time for that, or?
Well, I mean, given his, I guess, working hours are, off,
Right.
then yeah, it likely will be probably noon or not long after.
Okay.
If it's not in by then, we'll revert maybe like, 1 or 2 o'clock Eastern time, something like that.
All right. All right, cool. Any other comments on that one? All right. We added one. Well, I wasn't looking. All right. 2180. 80. Thomas, is he in line?
And David, I had just added the all discussed to that because I received an email request to add it to the Volta call, so that might be what popped it up here.
Okay. So that's going to be discussed at the next meeting, right?
Assuming that we have the right people on the call.
Okay.
So if they're here, we can discuss it here. Otherwise, I did put it to the agenda for the call in the next hour.
All right. Doesn't look like Thomas is online, so we'll let that one go. And we will go to 1942. Didn't Columbus sail the ocean blue? I don't know. Anyway, William, you online? Nope, he is not.
No, this one is an ongoing one. Part of it has to do with the move to the new BBSIM, and part of it has to do with not being able to get, hundreds of ONUs working in a reasonable amount of time.
All right, so he's still working on it, though, right?
Yeah. This is pretty much wholly in the space of, I guess, the Performance Brigade. We could probably pull the verify off of it because we really know about it.
Okay. Zach,
I think they're going to start producing weekly or maybe every other day or some sort of visualization of that performance metric as it improves. So there may be some artifacts that come along to kind of inform folks. But I would let Teo and William speak to that.
I kind of agree. If they are working, it's a known issue. It's no longer being verified. It is verified.
Yeah, it's verified.
Yeah. Oops, only once. Let me see through the verified label on there.
I may have put it on there, but it may be old.
All right. I don't see it. All right. Any objection from removing the verify? All right, it's gone. All right. All right. 201 needs to be assigned. You said we talked about earlier. This might be related to the one Andy's working on, 1977.
Possibly. I did look at this one briefly, and I added some comments on gathering more logs. So I guess you could say I triaged it. The issue looks like it came down to OpenOLT adapter crashed, and things were left in an odd state. So if nothing else, you can assign it to me.
Okay.
But I am looking at it just in a triage sense.
right, I will sign it to you for
I just-
triage purposes, and if you do more triage on it, that's great. And oh, I didn't mean to sign it to me.
No, I just took it. Well,
Oh.
I think I did.
I might have
Nope,
just stomped on you. Oh,
Yep.
nope, you got it. Thank you very much. All right, moving on then to 2202. 2202.
2202 is one that I cannot reproduce. Both, well, at least on hardware, the disable enable process for an ONU works fine, and provided some example of doing that. So there's a proposed fix to fix something that I'm not sure is broken. So I really need to understand the scenario that this is happening. So again, I'm looking at it, but the assignee is the same as the person who opened it.
Okay. ONT cannot disable because calling the wrong method from.
Yeah. So it's coming to a conclusion that I'm not quite sure is the right conclusion.
And okay, so we're waiting for response on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of this may be learning curve as well.
All right, item 1802. Taylor, is he on? He's assigned him. He's probably working the issue more than verifying it. Don't see him online. I'll follow up with him on it.
I can talk to her and get back to you today, I guess.
Oh, that'd be great. Thank you. What I'm looking for to know if it's just been verified. And if it's been verified, then we can remove the verified label and he can just work the issue. And then finally, 1914 is unassigned. Reboot device and BBC needs fixed. Who created? So, all right. The current implementation of the BBSIM for the OLT reboot is that once the reboot request is received, BBSIM goes ahead and stops the gRPC server and cleaning action, and then tries to send the RPC response back, which is not possible as the transport is already closed. So my initial comment is this with the new BBSIM or the old BBSIM? All right. I'll take this one to verify it. I can do that. And we'll get that one verified. First follow-up is going to be which BBSIM? Unless someone else really, really wants it, then I'm more than happy to have them take it. But if not, I'll grab that one and at least give that a shot. All right. Any other issues people want to talk about?
David, did you do 2199 or did I just miss it?
Oh, sorry. I guess I did miss it.
Anyway, I don't have much to say about it other than it was reported by QA. I'm going to try it out today and see if I can reproduce it.
All right.
Probably a good time to mention now that QA is really starting to get ramped up, a lot of testing and bugs may show up related to hardware testing, which is where some of these triage labels are going to start coming from. So Yeah, so the uptick in bugs in some of these scenarios is probably going to be due to that.
Okay. That'll be interesting, just primarily because of the limited hardware resources, how we can, triage, verify, and fix these bugs. That's going to have to get addressed. Otherwise, everything's going to end up on in Matt's lap.
Yeah.
All right. Miss anything else, or anybody else got any comments, or any other topics people want to raise? Got 2 blockers I noticed over here, both being worked by Gresh. They may be related.
They're both Broadcom BAL 3.2
Yeah.
related.
Yep.
But yeah, we're keeping a really close eye on those.
All right. All right. If there's nothing else, just yet another nag about please do some reviews of some patch sets today. Let's get that list down because I hate generating that table and nagging every day. It's all about me. Other than that, thanks, guys. And I'll see you guys on Slack unless there's nothing else.
All right. You
All right.
guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.